Folks, we're talking about migraine headaches, and Tom, let's wrap it up here as far as the causes, because they're manifold. I mean, you're talking muscle tension, possibly. There's some nutritional deficiencies that we're talking about that could be the cause. We're talking food colors and additives that possibly could be the cause. Hormonal, over-exercising, lack of hydration. So
we said some lightning strikes from so far
lightning
away.
Strikes, which is the electrical
We could
impulses.
go to that too, because that fits in with the acupuncture thing. But we haven't done a show on that. But there's I wish you people were in this room here. There's so many electrical devices, but there's like such thing as like dirty electricity. In other words, not being fully functional or balanced, or the energy
so the
there.
impulse or the wave itself.
Yeah, like I forget what you call it, but anyway, it's like the
dirty electricity.
It's like dirty electricity.
They
actually have some meters you can check in your house, and that can affect people.
So like nuclear radiation, I mean, they got a Geiger counter.
Well, think about this, and we'll go into this. Really, I want to do this on another show sometime. But the thing is, if you took me back to your age, which you're not that much younger than me, but there was not wireless internet going all over the place.
True.
There was, I had an older washing machine. If you go back far enough, Todd, we were like using the scrub board.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just saying, so every one of those devices are going in our homes. And even when they're not going, they're plugged in. And even when they're not doing anything or we're not looking at them, the clock is, showing the digital change. Yeah. And we're sleeping by it. And some people are using, heat that goes through their bed, heat that goes through their car. And my brother-in-law has a nice car. It heats his steering wheel in the winter. But I'm just saying, all of these can have an effect on us because there's some electrical output there. And it's just, and I'm not saying it's all bad, but I'm just saying it has a potential for affecting our electrical potential.
Yes.
And that's basically, I'm sure the original acupuncturists didn't know we were going to be standing next to microwaves when we cook our popcorn. But I'm just saying that nonetheless, that can affect us.
Yes. Very much so.
Yeah. So think about that for a second. That is like a big thing right now. All of us have a cell phone now, right? I mean, I have senior citizens that are in their 80s and I'm working on. Sorry, I have to take this phone call.
Yeah,
they're sticking this thing up to their head. And I love my daughter-in-law, but she probably has that on her head probably an hour and a half a day. Yeah. So, we tested these devices and things, but some of it who knows? It might take a couple of generations of all these exposures to determine how bad that's affecting us. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure that's affecting the level of migraines.
Oh, I'm sure.
We talked about this before. Whether or not you believe in global warming, the seasons are expanding for ragweed and other weeds and things. And so if a person normally has a little bit of a sinus effect, but you give him, like it's not even July, and ragweed's already rated as severe. So if you just took a few years ago, it didn't start getting severe till like late August.
True.
And so here we are, it's not even July. So that expansive season could, if you have a genetic weakness, it's triggering that genetic weakness.
And I read something the other day on the CO2 levels rising with the greenhouse effect causes the trees to be more productive because that's what they feed on, basically. So they're having more pollen and stronger. And we're becoming
higher numbers.
We have less oxygen and weaker. So certainly things are turning, and pollen and allergens is another reason for and possible cause for migraine. So folks, hopefully you picked up some good points here on today's show about migraine headaches. As you can see, a large variety of problems that may be causing this particular issue. But look into it, find first thing, eliminate those foods and start working on the diet side, which we always say is the starting point. Hydration, magnesium, these very basic, simple, fundamental things, and then get away from dirty electricity. I like that. In fact, that'd be a good name for a band. Dirty
I just tell them
electricity.
stay 4 feet away from any appliance that's running. And that's a good rule of thumb. Then you don't have to remember any of this.
Makes it difficult to juice in that case. But I guess if you're running a juicer,
even a hairdryer is one of the worst. Which you don't have to.
Okay, thanks for picking on the ball guy as we leave. I have to have a talk with Tom now. So, thanks for joining us, folks, for this edition of Understanding Your Health. We'll see you next week.